As the old saying goes, a friend in need is a pain in the... Anyway, it's not the case here. Darren has been asked by an acquaintance to sort out a rabbit problem. He is of course happy to help, so has rocked up with a new FX Cutlas and FAC. All he needs now is somewhere to shoot from.
I brought David along to one of my new permissions. It's actually called Rabbit Hill, and I was asked to come and have a look at doing some rabbit control on here, and I was absolutely amazed because there isn't many what I call rabbit hotspots around where we live. And driving out to this place, I thought, oh, it's going to be same old, bit of arable land and a bit of grass and one or two rabbits. And it is actually an ancient rabbit warren called Rabbit Hill, and it is overrun with rabbits. And David has got this most beautiful, comfy, sponsored vehicle, and I said, just park in the middle of the field, that'd be ideal. And he spotted this ramshackle teepee, which has got tetanus screws and nails poking out everywhere, and he said, oh no, that'd be quaint, let's sit in there. So for this episode, I'll be mainly laid down trying to shoot rabbits out of this wooden shack.
With a bit of range finding, Darren can mentally map the ground using landmarks, a nettle patch, a branch. It doesn't take long to appreciate that Rabbit Hill is not going to disappoint. The bunnies are keen to feed.
I know you shouldn't laugh, but I think he'd have got gold in the high jump that one. That was a perfect headshot, and he'd done a backflip that I reckon's got to be 6 foot.
Darren selects his shots and uses the Eagle Eye scope camera with GoPro to give us the shooter's eye view. The flexibility of the FAC Cutlass means it's just the job for this place.
It's in their new walnut stock in FAC, which is obviously why I was interested to have a play with it. It follows the standard FX pattern with the power converter or adjuster on the side, so you've got a low, medium and high settings. So you're going to get roughly 8 foot-pound in the low setting, 12 foot-pound in the medium setting, and 32 foot-pound in the high setting. So it makes it a very versatile rifle for anything from close range rat shooting to, medium distance rabbit shooting. In this permission, as you see, there's hundreds of rabbits here. An FAC air rifle is an ideal job because there's neighbouring farmers, neighbouring properties, so I can come up here any time of the day or night and just be absolutely stealthy, quiet, and have a very accurate setup. The main difference between the Cutlass and the Cyclone is the cycling mechanism is spring-loaded, which on the Cyclone it isn't. So it just makes the ease of cycling the round using the biathlon lever just that much smoother and that much easier to operate.
This afternoon makes up for all the occasions when the quarry doesn't play ball. One thing Darren has enjoyed today is the flexibility of the March scope. It's got a nifty added benefit which he's found very useful.
I know I've said it before, but very unmanly, I decided to read the instructions. And one of the features on the March scope on the elevation turret is you've got what's called a zero lock. So you set your zero, like I zeroed this FAC air rifle in at 40 metres and then worked out my clicks all the way out to 80 metres, and I've just done a very simple spreadsheet on my phone. So when I rangefind, I can then say at 80 metres I know it's 25 clicks. But the interesting thing in the heat of battle, if all of a sudden you want to make a quick shot and you think and you've lost memory of where you've set your elevation turret, you can just wind it back to zero and it won't go past zero if you use their zero lock system. And what I found really nice is you've got the option that you can either set it or have it so you can then dial under to hold under.
We make Darren stretch his legs and retrieve the biggest of his rabbits. As Simon Whitehead says, little rabbits become big rabbits. Now Darren's setup is not cheap, so what does he say to that?
It is, but my granny did say to me once, she said, Darren, if you die in debt, you've made a profit.